Hello everyone, Grandma here. Today Grandpa and I are going to make old-fashioned pickle slices. This was a favorite recipe of my mom's, and she would make this every year around the time of July when the Kirby pickles were on sale in the supermarkets. This is the first ingredients you will need for the first step of making these pickles. Grandpa and I grew these Kirby pickles in our garden, and this size, this small size, you would need about 15 of them if you want to make this recipe. We grew them, so some are a little longer, some are shorter, but they should do fine. You have to have 1 green pepper, 1 red pepper, 6 onions, 3 cloves of garlic, and a 1/3 cup of salt. And then a large bowl. This bowl was my mom's, and it's about 55 years old. And she would use this all the time when she would make this pickle recipe. I'm now going to slice peppers in thin slices to go into the pickles. The recipe calls for the 1 green pepper. The green and red peppers have been sliced, and now Grandpa will be slicing up the 6 onions. Now Grandpa is going to cut up the 6 onions.
We are making our old-fashioned sliced pickles. Some people call it by another name of bread and butter pickles. More or less, we grew our own Kirby pickles for this recipe. You can buy Kirby pickles for 99 cents a pound, but the best deal we ever got was 79 cents a pound. Now we're slicing the rings that we just, slices of onions that we just did in half, so they break up when we put them in the bowl and mix them in with all the cucumbers and the peppers. The onions now have been all sliced. The 3 cloves of garlic have to be crushed up. So this is what we're doing now. The garlic now has been all crushed up.
Now Grandpa is cutting up the cucumbers for the recipe.
This is the most time-consuming part of this recipe, especially when you slice these by hand. Some people use a machine. I do not have a machine, so I have to slice these very thinly with my trusted knife. And you slice them with the skin on them.
Everything has been cut up. The 4 quarts of thinly sliced cucumber, the 6 medium sliced onions, the green pepper and the red pepper, 3 cloves of crushed garlic, and 1/3 cup of salt. Everything is ready to be combined.
Now that we got all our vegetables prepared, now we're going to do our phase 1, put everything together in our big bowl. We're going to take some onions, some peppers, some cucumbers, back to the onions, back to the peppers, sprinkle a little salt on it, put some cucumbers in there, Some onions. Some peppers. Throw a little garlic in there. Some more salt. Some peppers. Some onions. Next step is to load up with ice. Put ice on top. Now we have to mix it up with the ice cubes. We put some on the top, and then mix it in. We're all mixed up. We got the ice cubes mixed in. We got ice cubes on the top. Now we have to put a covering on it of towels and let it sit for 3 hours. So in 3 hours we will be back to go on to phase 2.
Ready to do the next step, which is putting all this ingredients together. 5 cups sugar, 3 cups vinegar, 2 tablespoons mustard seed, 1½ teaspoons celery seed, and 1½ teaspoons turmeric.
Now we're combining the mustard seed, the celery seed, and the turmeric with the sugar. This is what it looks like after 3 hours of sitting here. We're going to drain the ingredients from the bowl, from the big mixture that we have here. We've scooped out the mixture from the big bowl into 2 colanders so they drain well into bowls. The colanders have been placed inside of bowls to catch the water draining off the mixture.
Now Grandpa is going to combine everything into one pot.
Now we're going to pour the vinegar on top. Pour the sugar and the other dry ingredients. Give it a little mix. Next step is to put it on the stove and bring this whole mixture to a boil. Now I've put the pot on the stove, giving it a few stirs, a few final stirs. We've set the heat for high to bring this all to a boil. Now that our mixture has finished boiling, we're going to put the mixture into our sterilized jars. We just took our mixture off the stove and we're going to start filling up our sterilized jars. We have to be very careful because the liquid is very hot.
Now the pickles have been all filled and they're cooling now, and soon they'll be ready to be put in the refrigerator. These are so delicious to have as a snack, or if you're eating hot dogs, hamburgers, turkey burgers, any type of meat. These are great pickles to have as a side.